special guest, Comedian Beny Mena in the house. We're going to talk about, there's a lot of, we're going to get deep down in why he started comedy and the process for young comics and all that stuff. All right, so stay tuned.
Yes, we're rolling.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back here at the Carlos Loma Chronicles. We're back here with special guest, comedian Mr. Beny Mena.
What's up, everybody? Yeah.
Thank you for coming, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me. Hey, this is a nice setup, man.
Thank you, man.
I
Thank
like it,
you.
bro.
It's so little pinche Amazon Mickey Mouse right here.
Yeah, man. You know, the Tonight Show doesn't know what they're doing. This is nice.
Yeah, I'm that way. See?
Oh, yeah, man.
We just have a little like fly problem, but you know what? But you know, we're keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? So,
Benny, Carlos, y la mosca.
welcome. Thank you. Finally.
No, thanks for having me, man. That's cool.
So I'm gonna introduce Benny. I've known him for I think 15 years now.
Yeah, but how long you been doing comedy?
Fuck, 18. Yeah, 15.
Yeah, so about 15 years, yeah.
Anyway, so we started comedy. We've been on the road, good times, bad times. But you know what? One thing I did appreciate about Benny is that he helped out a lot of young comics, and I look back on it and I really appreciate that.
Hey, no problem, man. You know, my pleasure, bro.
And I met you at Wild Coyote or / Tortillas.
Right, yeah, Wild Coyote Las Tortillas, which was like the #1 Latino spot for like
Underground.
I want to say for about 12, 13 years. It was like the top spot. A lot of famous people came through there. You know, they're famous now. Or they're really well-known comics, and I'm maybe not that famous. But
Maybe only
really
one came out of there.
Well, no, I mean, back in the day, you know, Chris Tucker performed there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Paul Rodriguez has been there. Dale Hughley. This is back in the day, bro. This is like when Jeff first started, and Willie was like, you know, this was actually like right when I started going there. All these big names were there, man.
So let's talk about you. Tell my audience why you became a comedian, or where do you come from, and you know.
Well, so I'm a West Sider, man. Born and raised in the West LA area. I grew up in Santa Monica. Well, actually before that, we lived in Inglewood, and I think we went to Santa Monica when I was like 1 or 2.
So you remember when none of these buildings were up there, huh?
In Santa Monica?
Well, here in LA.
Oh,
Downtown.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, I used to go to downtown and party when I was in my 20s. Right? I'm in my 40s now, and it was not the place you wanted to hang out. You go to whatever club you're going to, and then you bounce, man. You know,
you would just go to the Mayan.
The Mayan, or back in the day, there was one called Sharks, and it became I gotta think of the name, but it was Sharks. It was the Grand. It became the Grand.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And which is not even there. They tore down their apartments now. You know, but yeah, you know, as soon as the club was over, you take off because it was really ghetto, man. It was like the real life Gotham City. You know, back in the day,
Without Batman.
Yeah, like in the 90s, like every corner in downtown LA, there'd be somebody dealing drugs or, you know, hookers. It was crazy, man. So, anyways, so I'm from the West Side, you know, whatever. And so anyway, growing up, I was always like a smart ass talking shit, you know, smartest, you know, funniest guys in the group. And then one time, buddy, we went to an open mic at the Laugh Factory to see the show. He got some tickets. We didn't know it was open mic. He just, you know, so we went. And there was 20 open micers the first hour. They get 3 minutes each.
Let me pause you right there. So before that, you never thought about being a comedian, or did?
No, I was told I should try it. So when I was 18, through one of my friends, he had a friend that was a comic, you know, like open micer type status. We went out partying, and you know, he tried to bag on me because my friends kept telling, "Oh, this guy's funny," you know. So you know, being a comic and being able to bag is different, you know. Right. And that was always been a shit. You know me, I'm a shit talker, you know. So I was burning the guy all night long, and then he's all like, "You should try comedy." I'm like, "It's not for me." And then so that was when I was 18. Then when I was 21, another friend had another friend that was a comic, but this time it was a female comic. We went out, like, you know, as a group, and sure enough, she tried to talk shit, and it just ripped into her when she was all like, "Oh, if you're that funny, you should try it." I was like, "Eh." So then when I was 23, I went to the Ice House for the first time, right?
In Pasadena?
In Pasadena, right? It was like a triple date, right? 2 of my good friends, you know, they were bikers, and me, we went, you know, did they bring a date, you know, because we're going to bring girls. I'm okay, you know, I was single, so I invited some girl. And I was sitting in the front, and I was pelon at the time, I was bald. And every comic that went on stage, we were sitting right in the front row, was messing with me. I didn't say shit to them, they just started messing with me. And so I was firing back. And the host was Willis Turner. All right,
yeah.
yeah. So he's funny because he's a national headliner, funny as fuck. Can we cuss?
What's that?
Can we cuss?
Yeah.
It's funny as fuck, and we're good friends now. So, anyways, he was the host, and he was like, you know what, I'm not gonna mess with you anymore because these are professionals. You're making them like rookies, whatever. So after the show, you know how you do the handshake, whatever. So I went up to him, like, hey man, I thought you were really funny. He pulled me to the side. He goes, yo man, you ever thought about doing comedy? Because your comebacks were really fast. I'm like, nah, man. I work, man. That's not my thing, whatever. So he said, well, think about it. He talked to me for about 10 minutes about it. I'm like, whatever. So that was when I was 23. Then when I was 25, my boy got those tickets to the Laugh Factory. We went to go check out the show. The open micers, they weren't that funny. So my buddy goes, yo, man, you're funnier than them. I dare you to do it. And I was like, well, I'm funny to you. I'm not funny to these other people, He goes, well, I dare you, man. Come on, you can't turn down a dare. So I was like, all right, I'll do it. So I found out how you go about, signing up for open mic night, whatever. And the very next week, I went to go do it. And I wound up liking it. Now, the funny thing is, I didn't get, laughs. I got, chuckles. Mm-hmm. But it was better than what some of the guys were getting. Now, I was so nervous that I literally had to pee, right, when I got on stage. And, so the whole time I'm doing, a pee-pee dance and stuff. And I said, the first thing I said, I remember, because it wasn't even a joke. So when the guy totally mispronounced my name, because I was going by Benito, right? Mm-hmm. So, I wasn't going by Benny. So I think he called me Bento, something like that. So, so when I
Bentos?
Bento. Kind of like those bento boxes, and you go like for like teriyaki and stuff like that. Something like that,
I thought you meant Mentos.
No, Bento. He called me Bento because my name's Benito, So anyways, so when I went up there and I'm like, my name's Benito. And so I was so nervous that when they let us in, the comics to go in and we can, wait for our turn, I went straight to the bar, man. I did 4 shots and 3 beers. So, trying to so I was a little bit buzzing it, but it's first time on stage is when you're getting pulled over, man. You see those lights, I kind of sobered up. So like I said, I had to pee, and then I go, my name is, and I was stuttering a lot. I go, my name is Benito, but everybody calls me Benny, and I drank a lot of alcohol, so I wouldn't be nervous. But now I have to pee, and the people started giggling, and I'm like, oh, can you just do that for the next 3 minutes, And I did I made everything up. I had no idea about comedy, so I just I winged everything, and I got off stage, right? And everybody's like, hey, you did good. And I was like, man, I was up there for 10 minutes, huh? They're like, you didn't even break 3. I was kind of like Hoozay. Inside joke.
You can tell the story.
I'll tell the story, yeah. So anyways, I did 2.5 minutes or 2 minutes and 20 seconds. But to me, it felt like a lifetime,
Yeah, I remember
very
the
first
first time I went to the Laugh Factory, it was the same. I was like, because, they had a light in the Laugh Factory. And I was like, fuck, hurry up, fucking light, hurry up. And it seems like nice.
Yeah,
nothing.
Nothing, yeah. You're actually like, man, I got the light already. Now you don't want to get off, but yeah. So now, back then I was so nervous. Everybody was like, dude, you didn't even do 3 minutes. But like I said, it felt like a lifetime. But I winded up liking it, So I did open mic for the next 4 months at the Laugh Factory. And, once you do it once, you have to wait 4 weeks before you can do it again.
Right.
And then after the 4th one, that's when I really started networking and started doing all these different open mics. But when I started doing comedy, it's been 20 years. April was my 20-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So back then, there was only the Laugh Factory and
Comedy Store.
No, for Latino nights.
Oh, yeah.
The Laugh Factory, Wild Coyote, and I think that's pretty much it. I don't think Rudy Moreno had the Latino night yet at Dice House. So I was doing a lot of black rooms. I would go to Ladera Cafe, Mixed Nuts, go hang out at the Comedy Union and stuff, And that's where that's why if you notice, I'm, I get along with a lot of black comics.
What's that?
I get along with a lot of black comics, and I have a lot of black comics that are friends because I started doing comedy in a lot of black rooms and stuff. So yeah, but 20 years later, here I am on a dare, So yeah, man, I had a job at FedEx. I owned my own business. I quit everything, do comedy full time. I was doing it for about 2.5 years before I quit. But yeah, man.
Now, were there times where you're questioning?
Oh yeah, man. When I started doing comedy, I still kind of speak fast, but I was really fast. And it's just the way I am. It's not that I'm nervous; I talk fast. So when I'm on stage, when I first started doing comedy, I was like. My 5-minute set, if I slow down, it could be like a 20-minute set because I was just running over my jokes, and people were getting it. But once I got to about 2.5, 3 year level, for some reason, I guess maybe I was speaking faster even and stuff like that. I got more comfortable on stage, so I was speaking faster. So I went through a period that it's not like when you go like, oh, I bombed today, or like you do 5 shows and you bomb 3 out of 3 of those you bomb. No, every single show for about a 3 to 4 month period, I bombed horribly, and I was questioning myself. But a lot of comics that were at my level were like, look, man, it happens to everybody. It happened to the greats, whatever. So I stuck with it. But yeah, but it was.
What point in your comedy career did you say, okay, I'm enjoying this, and I understand how you feel like you're struggling, and so what was the turning point, or were you going in through?
I started. So a lot of places, like any comic, when you first start going up, and you knew they put you up first or whatever, So it was actually because of the Wild Coyote. So when I started going there, I was always going up first or biting the bullet. Oh, I'll tell you a funny story. So first, let me tell you. So I'd go first, and from first, they told me, okay, you're gonna go second, you're gonna go third, and then for a while they kept on putting me in the middle, which I was like, okay, I like the middle. The middle's cool. Then they were like, hey, you're going to go like towards the end. And then they started having me close it out. And then after a while, I'm like, hey, why am I going last? Nobody wants to go last. They're like, nah, dude, you're funny. That's why. And I was like, so I took it as, oh, that's cool. And then that was when I was about 6 years in. And then at right before the 6-year mark, I got my first headlining gigs, and they were out of state. Kind of by where we went to, like in Washington and stuff like that. And I remember I had Rodrigo Torres with me, and I did my first hour set. And I was like, hey, how was it? He goes, you were good. It wasn't Bring the Pain type funny, but but it was funny, This is my first hour, And I'm not going to lie. Some of the jokes I was like reaching, I was going into my bag of tricks, like stuff I haven't done anymore, But it was fun. But
I remember when the first time I saw you, was it Tortillas? And I remember they used to have a big screen, and they used to, on the cameras, on the TVs, they used to and I walked in, and you had a hat. And you were fucking killing it, dude. Like, I was like, oh, shit. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, because that was a rough room. If they didn't like you, they'd boo you, they'd throw shit at you. Like, when I started going there, some guys were getting beat up. Yeah, because the Mongols, the motorcycle gang used to have their meetings there. So they would, on Wednesdays, though, because it was open on Wednesdays and Saturdays for comedy night. So on Wednesdays, they would have their meetings there, and some of them would stick around, and they would talk shit, but you weren't allowed to, handle them as hecklers, because otherwise you'd get your ass beat. But I wound up talking shit to some of them, and they wound up liking me, and they liked my comebacks. So yeah, the Wild Coyote kind of put me on the map with a lot of Latino comics. Like, hey man, he's funny. Let's book him for this show and this that. So
dude,
cool.
I remember in the Wild Coyotes with Tortillas, and I remember I didn't know anything about Mongols. I thought they were rebels and shit. And then they would walk in with their, vest on, and I started begging on one. I was like, "¿Qué pasó, chalequitos?" Like that.
You got lucky they didn't get
it. And then Willie at the time, he's like, "Hey, bro, you should know who you're talking to and all this stuff." I'm like, I don't know. I thought they were rebels.
Nah, they were crazy. They were cool. I wound up becoming good friends with some of them. They invited me to go to their clubhouse for a party. I was kind of being forced to it. They're like, man, it's $20 tickets. I'm like, oh man, I got to show. Hey, we support you. You better support us. I'm not here's the money, but I don't want to go. No, you're gonna go. So I would go, and it was like the movie or the TV show Sons of Anarchy. You get to the clubhouse, you go to 3 security checkpoints. You get patted down.
Oh yeah.
You go through the metal detector, and then you get wanded. Oh shit. Right? Yeah, exactly. And then you go, and in the warehouse, there's dudes on top with guns and shit, like rifles and machine guns and shit. Yeah, because they were like really, so I was like, hey man, is this safe? Like, no, nothing's going to happen here, And then I remember some girls would like try to flirt, and I'm like, oh, and I'm cool, because I didn't want to mess with anybody's girl, I'm not, I wasn't even, that's when I was still drinking a lot, like when I got drunk, I got wild, but I was like, nah, I'm cool, man, I'll just take a water. Nah, come on, have a beer, have a shot. But nah, man, because I didn't want to get stupid and, disrespect anybody, because, I didn't want to get in trouble. They're like, but I was friends with Big Al. He liked me. To this day, we're good friends. He was, at the time, I think he was like their second in command and stuff. And he was all like, hey, dude, you with me, don't worry about it. Nothing's going to happen.
Man, this show's going to get bugged by the DEA. Watch
right? So yeah,
Mena, can we have a word with you?
Wait, what was that? What was that?
Mr. Beny Mena, please report.
Right? No, so I went to 2 other clubhouse parties, but that was it.
Who I went with? I went with remember that blind Armenian guy, Andy.
Oh yeah. He
Yeah.
tried comedy too.
Well, this motherfucker, he's like, hey, we should, because they invited us, right?
Right.
And I got a ticket, a forced ticket, like, buy one.
Yeah, they used to make us buy the tickets.
No, it wasn't the force. It was just like, hey, come on.
No,
I was
they
like,
told me. Yeah.
and then so I went over, but I don't think we paid. I don't think we paid because I went with Andy. It was Armenian blind guy.
Really cool.
Who would carry a fucking dildo in his pocket.
A dildo.
A dildo.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either. So he's like, "Hey man, can you give me a ride? I'm gonna have this. Yeah, I'm gonna bone this bitch, right?" And I was like, "Okay." So with that pendejo, right? And I'm fucking drinking and driving, and I drop him off, and he has like this fuck. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. He takes it out. I'm like, "What the fuck?" So we go to the party, the Mongols thing, and we're like, I'm just like. We're like a couple. I'm like a couple because that
Holding on
motherfucker.
to him?
Yeah, because he can't see and shit. So I'm like, so he's like, you want a beer? I was like, yeah, but we ain't got no money, So he's like, don't worry, just point me to where there's beer. So he's like, okay, right there, straight ahead. So with his stick, he'd be like this. And then he'll go to somebody who had a case and he'd be like, hey, can I get a beer? But they will give it to him because he was blind and shit.
He was a cool dude though. Yeah, he went on stage a couple of times though, man.
Yeah.
I remember he did pretty good. Yeah, I remember he was wild too. I didn't know he did the whole dildo thing, man. he's like, I'm gonna wait for Carlos to get drunk. Yeah, man. So yeah, that was that was around the time when I started thinking like, okay, my comedy career is not that bad, So yeah, when I was about 5 years, I realized, okay, it's paying off. It wasn't a mistake,
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I liked it,
And now, what obstacles? I mean, like for me and those stuff, like they always ask me. So a lot of people, they say, oh, if you stick to it, you're gonna make it. But then I start realizing like there are obstacles because
there's a lot of obstacles. Well, in anything you do, there's obstacles.
Well, right. But the Latinos are very limited to what's out there as far as like Hollywood and
okay, well, right now though, it's good to be Latino. That's what they say because Latinos are coming up, right? But mainly in acting, I guess, because in comedy, we still have to perform on Latino nights. We don't really get a weekend on a major club unless we already make a name for ourselves, whatever. So the obstacle is when we do places like. Wild Coyotes or AKA Tortillas or Casa Latina or anything like that, Latino night, you start catering towards Latino audiences only. So when you go on the road, there's a lot of white people, black people mixed, whatever, scattered Latinos. You're not going to hit with everybody because you're focusing on Latinos. So that's one obstacle. The other one is like clubs. Seriously, man. Like I run a Latino night at a club. Which one? I don't want to say because I don't want to get in trouble, but.
You get in trouble?
It's really hard to get a night that's other than Latino night, and I've been hosting them for years.
Yeah, once because people say do you label a Latino comedian? I'm like no, because I can make people laugh, but at the same time it's like, well, my name is Carlos Loma, and automatically that name. They're gonna put you in Latino night. Yeah, regardless.
Yeah, no matter what.
No, doesn't matter.
Even if you don't speak Spanish or don't do anything about Latinos,
they're gonna put you there.
Because you've been on the road with me. Like when I'm on the road, I do all mainstream. I talk about like my girl, but I don't talk about she's Mexican, or I don't talk about like growing up Mexican. I just say stuff that my father did, but nothing to do with what my nationality is or anything like that. So I try and then I talk a lot of stuff in general that happens to anybody. It doesn't have to be a Latino. So when I'm on the road, I do a lot of stuff mainstream, but in LA it's hard to get in as a Latino comic.
So excuse me. Now another thing I do appreciate about you that you helped me out too, but also you put up with my shit when I was drinking and shit.
A lot of shit. Carlos was wild back. I was wild too, but I didn't have to get babysat.
I remember you saved me from going to jail in Phoenix.
Yeah. And I stopped you from getting DUI in Whittier one time. One time you were drunk, and it was one time when we weren't really talking, and it was at what's it called? I think it was called Sticks or Q's in Whittier. There was a show. You had a really red car, I remember you were, Head told me that you were drunk, and so I went in the passenger seat. And you're like, "Fuck you doing in my car?" Because we weren't talking at the time. And I'm like, "Hey man, you can't drive like this." So I took your keys away, and you got all mad. What the fuck, man? So I give the keys to Head, because Head's like, "Hey, help me out, man. This was trying to drive."
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
but people would say, "Oh, that one time I was drunk. I was drunk for 15 years."
Yeah, it was. Well, as a matter of fact, I felt bad because the last time we celebrated and got drunk together was actually when I hit 13 years of comedy. It was at the new Casa de Antiguas. We did a show at Antiguas, and I remember I was there, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize." I'm like, "Whoa, today's my 13-year anniversary."
Oh, yeah.
And then you were all like, "Oh, let's do a shot," and I was like, "Ooh, I don't know," because anybody's gonna get drunk. He's like, "Come on." And sure enough, man, like 3-4 shots later, like, "Hey, man, Carlos is drunk," and that's when you fell and you broke the table. Do you remember that?
No.
You fell and you broke a table at Antiguas, and we had to carry you out. And I was like,
I remember, yeah.
Now you remember.
No, I don't remember what happened. I remember the aftermath because my fucking head was hurting and shit.
Yeah, so he got so drunk. Yeah, And the thing is, I was looking, and he was like, "Dude, we're doing the same shots. What's wrong with you?" But that's when I realized, like, oh, I am an alcoholic. Because I used to get drunk 5-6 times a week. Now I hardly drink.
Yeah, so it's we went on the road together.
Yeah.
We almost got pulled over by immigration.
Yeah, we got pulled over. And here's the funny story. So at the time,
Mena, Carlos Loma.
Yeah, it was 2009 because that's when I had my Civic. I bought it brand new 2009. I bought it in February, and I had it not even 6 months when this happened. And I remember because we were doing some shows up in Texas, the Valley, the West Valley tour, right? So for a guy named Cedric Boyd. And we stopped by El Paso to visit a friend of mine. Then, when leaving El Paso, there's a checkpoint, like immigration checkpoint, I guess. And then supposedly the dog sniffed something, but I saw it because they made us get out the car. The guy went around, and I think the guy kind of like hit the dog in the head, and the dog went towards my car, and they're like, "Oh, the dog!" So they pulled us out.
Remember you tatted?
Yeah, I just gotten this tattoo done
In Arizona.
Yeah, like 2 days before, and so I had the ointment, but the ointment shouldn't have done anything. But anyways, supposedly the dog smelled something, so they pulled me out of the car. Remember, and they had to ask me the same question in different forms. Maybe, do you have any medication? I'm like, no. Well, maybe something prescription? I'm like, no, that's medication, bro. I don't have nothing. Like,
do you have any roaches?
Yeah, do you have any type of substance that you forgot about? I'm like, bro, I don't smoke. Cause I don't smoke. I never was into it. We didn't have any alcohol, nothing, So they, first they pulled us out, then they brought the dogs. I remember when they put the dog inside, like, oh man, come on, the car's brand new. And they're like, why don't you want the dog inside your car? I'm like, because it's a brand fucking new car. It's a big ass German Shepherd.
Remember they surrounded us?
First they surrounded us outside, then they made us go inside the office, and they sat us down, and there was like 5-6 dudes just standing there looking at us.
And then I was like, shit, maybe we do smoke weed.
What it was is me and you were both, dude, I ain't got shit. And then we both looked at each other like, do we have shit? And he's like, no. I'm like, oh, then yeah, we ain't got shit there,
No.
And sure enough.
I remember you were like, fucking Zapata, man. I'm like, yeah. Because I think he was in the car or something before.
I don't know why, yeah.
We were just bringing comedians up like.
Yeah, we just trying to figure out why. So they had us for like about an hour and a half, 2 hours? Something like that?
It was like an hour.
About an hour? Something like that. And I remember it was long though, because I remember, so finally the guy came in, and then he goes, the car's clean. And then they looked at us, and I was like, I told you. And they let us go and shit. But, you can tell it's like they wanted to bust at us for something.
They were like,
they were giving us dirty looks and just being dicks,
Yeah.
But as soon as they said the car's clean, they're like, oh, you guys can go. It's like they wanted.
We gotta do our job, bro.
Yeah, man.
Fucking assholes. No, you know what's funny about that? Both times you took me on the road, dude, I didn't have a fucking license.
That's right. The second time either. The first time you just didn't have one, and the second time I think because
you didn't have one either too, right?
No, I did. No, I had a license. You didn't have a license, fucker. I've always had a license. I'm not gonna drive across different states without a license.
Man.
The first one, actually that's it. The first one was. So I told this guy, like, look, man, we need about this much money for gas to get there, and this much money for food, right? He's like, yeah, no problem. So I pick him up, we're driving, and it wasn't until we got to Arizona, right? Because I filled up the tank the first time, right? And I figured every 4 hours or
every time I
did the math. It was 4 to 6 hours or 400 miles. We had to fill up. So when we got to Arizona, it was his time to fill up, and he's like, "Hey man, you think you can pay for everything until we get there, until I get paid? Because I didn't even have any money." And I was kind of broke at the time too. Like I literally had enough barely for me. So now I'm thinking like, okay, we're gonna go eat Carl's Jr. Now I was like, fuck, now I gotta eat like 99-cent hamburger and shit because I had to split my money with him and the gas money.
Sponsor the trip.
I took with $25 over there.
Yeah, no license and $25. Oh boy, I was pissed.
No, but you didn't know I didn't have a license that time.
You told me.
Yeah.
Because you told me like, hey, I don't think I can really drive. And that's when you told me.
No, I had a warrant too when the immigration pulled us over, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And I was like, "I hope they don't run it." But I was clean. So.
Anyways, but that's when we talked though, and I told you, look, man, because that's when you were all like, "Oh, I quit my job." I'm like, "Why'd you quit the job?" "Because I'm gonna do this full time." I'm like, "Well, how many shows?"
I didn't quit my job. I got fired.
Oh, whatever, but you were like, "Oh, I'm not gonna work. I'm gonna do this full time." I'm like, "Well, how many shows do you get paid? To get booked a month?" You're like 2 or 3. I'm like, "Oh, you're not gonna survive with 2 or 3." And we talked about having a job and getting your own spot. And that's when you told me too. That's when you got back and you hit me up because you're like, "Hey man, that's when you started some insurance job."
Yeah.
And then pretty soon you got your car and everything.
Yeah. Once I was going through a lot of shit that time because
we talked about a lot, because
I had a lot of you were consolidating me on relationships because I was going through a breakup. I took it fucking bad, dude.
Yeah, you did. And that was well. Remember my breakup, the phone call I had over there.
Fuck, man.
So me and my wife now. That's the thing. She's my wife now.
I was all fucking traumatized. Like it was like flashback from my parents.
We were on me and my girl were on the phone just cussing each other out. Fucking it's over there. I can't stand you. Don't fucking call me no more. Hanged up the phone. Then I looked at him. I'm like, man, I love that chick.
Hey man, hey bro, but I fucking love her, man.
Yeah. I remember Carlos was like, what the fuck? Yeah, man. But yeah, so that's my wife now. It's crazy, man.
And you had a son as well.
I got a 5. Well, he's gonna be 5 in 9 days, bro.
5 already?
5 already. Time flies when you're having fun, bro. He's 5 going on 13, man. He's always like acting like a little teenager. When we tell him to do something, he's like, "Come on!" Oh, he's hilarious. He's a character.
So, what has changed now? Like as far as now that you're married and you have a kid. And...
Well, I don't make my own decisions anymore. Well. I don't party like I used to, get drunk with her. But that was even before we got married, still in a relationship, and before my son. I'm more, now when I make a decision, first thing I think about how it's going to affect my family. That's first and foremost. I'm actually boring now. Seriously, I'm a boring dude now. Like before,
you're a father now.
Yeah. But before, everybody, like my place was like the bachelor pad. I had a lot of comics. Just I was still with my girl, but she didn't live with me yet. A lot of comics would crash in my spot. Because I had the living room with a futon. And I'm like, comics from out of state. Well, hey, can I crash? Like a week or two. A day or two, whatever. Anyways, anybody can call me any time of the day. Hey, let's go get a beer. I'm like, let's go. Now I'm like, no, I don't drink. If I do a show where it turns into a club afterwards, I'm out of there within the first half hour. I'm like, all right, it's time for me to go. I don't feel like being a chaperone anymore. And if I'm not doing comedy or working, I'm at home.
Yeah.
And in my act, my act used to be about getting drunk and being single, and now my act's about stuff that happens in my relationship with my wife and then my son. Which is. Having a kid, man, for a comic, man, it's a gold mine. It's a gold mine, man. If you know how
that's the only reason I will want to have a kid.
If you know how to write, it's a gold mine. You can take advantage, man.
So do you have any projects coming up or any things where you want to promote?
Yeah, actually, well, I do the Latino night at the Long Beach Laugh Factory every second Sunday of the month. The next show is on Sunday, July 14th. Mm-hmm. Which is actually tomorrow, all right? I don't know when this is going to air.
It's actually Monday.
It airs on Monday.
This airs on Monday. So you will have missed that show. But, so we're here in
August.
Pomona Studios.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles,
downtown.
Okay, we're downtown, right?
Look out the window.
Yeah, that's right. So on Friday, August 2nd, I got a new venue that I'm starting. It's called The Basement in Pomona.
Oh, okay.
In downtown Pomona. It's an awesome venue. Actually, it was one of the owners that used to own Casa Latina. from back in the day.
Is it Ben Mena or
No, Edgar.
Oh, okay.
Remember Edgar and Ever?
No,
They owned Casa Latina with John Pena.
I never went there.
Okay. Well, Miranda, Edgar and Miranda.
He used to do parties before, like
They used to be promoters. Yeah, they were promoters.
Club Carnival and all that shit.
Yeah. So it's them, John Pena, and they got their other partner. That's the one I forget, but I'm pretty sure I know him if I see him again. But anyways, it's their location. They own Pomona, man. They got a bunch of venues over there. But so we're doing it on August 2nd, and then on July 27th, I'm at the Ice House in Pasadena. It's my slamming comedy show. And then on July...
That's a Saturday. You buy tickets?
Yeah, you can buy tickets. Go to the website. Go to the Ice House website. You can buy tickets there. How can people find you? Oh, you can find me on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Snapchat, even though I don't snap as much. Beny Mena, BenyMena. All right, it's a picture of me and my son. It's short and sweet, Beny Mena, 8 letters. Find me on social media. I'm always promoting my shows. So on the 26th of July, I got San Pedro. All right, Moroccan restaurant called Babouche, and the 27th of July, I got the Ice House. All right, if you look me up, I'm always promoting and doing shows all over.
Okay, and now you give free tickets for the Laugh Factory, right?
Well, the Laugh Factory, no, they're $5 tickets.
Oh, $5 tickets.
I give it to people for free, but with the tickets, it's $5 to get in. Otherwise, it's $20 at the door.
Andale.
So
all right.
Get the tickets. Or if you hit me up on social media, I can put you on my guest list. $5 with the guest list.
Cool. I appreciate you coming. I really enjoyed the interview.
No problem. Next time, I'll do the Hoozay story.
No, you know what? Fucking do it right now. Yeah, do it right now.
All right.
So we talked about how
your whole segment is about young comics, how to get up. Use me as an example.
So we talked about the very first time on stage, 3 minutes. I was supposed to do 3. I only did like 2 minutes, 20 seconds, or 2 minutes and a half. It felt like a lifetime. So I had known Hoozay already for almost a year or something like that, and I seen him at different venues. The one time I saw you was Kane Lopez show in Downey. Used to be called the Hot Spot. Actually, I used to have that spot before Kane, but the new owner George had him, and I saw you there, and I saw you do like a different set. You did like 7 minutes, but I was like, okay. And that's when I talked to him. Hey, how much time you got? Because the Laugh Factory, you had to do 20-minute sets, and you were like, oh yeah, I can do 20 minutes, no problem. I'm like, you sure? Because I seen you do like 2 different minutes, 7-minute sets, so that was like 14. So I'm like, can you do 20? He's like, oh yeah, very confident. He was very confident about doing 20, right? So I actually asked him the same question for like the next, I want to say 3 to 4 months. So, okay, I'm going to get you on. So, you sure you can do it? You can sure like that? So,
I'm good.
I got him booked. I got him booked on the show. And then after I booked him again, whenever I seen them or, I'm like, hey, man, so you're going to be good for 20 minutes? Yeah, I got 20 minutes, no problem, whatever. The day of the show came, right? So now it's already been like 5-6 months that he's telling me he's good for 20 minutes, no problem. The day of the show, as soon as I see him, hey, man, welcome to the show, blah, blah, blah. So, you're going to do 20 minutes. You good? He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, all right, cool. So, it was me, one comic, and then I think you went up second or third, whatever. And I told him 3 times before he went on stage. So, 20 minutes, bro. Make sure you do 20 minutes. Finish with a bang, have a good time, blah, blah. It was a packed house, right? So, I put him on stage, so I'm thinking he's doing 20 minutes. I'm outside hanging out with some comics talking. And little Juan Garcia comes out running. He's like, yo, man, he's getting off. And I'm like, what? I looked at my watch. He's only been up there for like 12 minutes. And I'm like, what? So I run back inside, and sure enough, he's walking off stage. Right? Just like, not even waiting for me. Like, hey, not even waiting. Like, hey, where's Benny at? So as he's walking off stage, we passed the Iowa. You go in and out off stage. And I was passing him like, what happened? He was like, that's all I have. And I was like, what the hell?
It was a solid 12 minutes.
Did you at least kill?
It was, you know what it was?
Here we go.
No, he didn't kill.
No, I did. It was really,
you did good, but you didn't kill.
No, it was one of my best nights. I to be honest, it was one of my best nights, and I think it was the excitement of being there, and I was going fast, so I was running through all my jokes.
See, that's what I used to do.
And so you don't have a sense of time when you're just having, you're going through it. Yeah. And I did.
You weren't waiting for the laughs.
And I did the big closer, and it was just it erupted. So I felt like, okay, I can't top that. That's it. That set was done. So I was like, all right, I'm good. And
So-
it felt like a lifetime. And I go, that had to be like 20 minutes.
knowing you get a red light when your time's up. Never got the light, but that had to be 20 minutes.
No,
man.
But so I thought I was doing so good that they wanted me to go longer, and I go, well, that's gotta be my time. I go, that must have been 20 minutes.
Yeah, you do that good.
And
Yeah.
so, but it felt, it just felt like a lifetime. But
You know
it was
what?
really, like 12 minutes.
Well, you know what? My break outside felt really fucking short because of you. that was my break time. When you guys comics on stage, I get to like chill out, right? Because it's running a room is stressful. Because you put it together, right? So you stress about the people are gonna show up or not. Then the comics, you gotta deal with the comics attitudes and I don't want to go, but this time on But the Laugh Factory is a little bit different because what the Laugh Factory says, the Laugh Factory it goes, right? So the point being is like he did 12, so. In a way, I didn't mind because I'm okay, cool. I'll eat up the rest of his time, because I like being on stage, and since I was promoting the show, I like just being up there and just winging, messing with people. But the thing is, the manager chewed me out because of that.
Oh, shit.
So I got chewed out by the manager, and I even told you that night, like, look, man, because the manager was like, why the hell do you only 12 minutes? You're not gonna be able to. The thing is, I recommended young comics, and because they had so basically, the Laugh Factory has an email list they send to comics for the avails because they're approved. They're approved by either the management or the owner himself, and so I was getting my comics from the list. But they were letting me put young comics. There's a lot of young comics that were not young anymore, but they're doing the Laugh Factory because of me. Latinos, because I got them in back in the day, and even now at the Laugh Factory in Long Beach, I put a lot of guys up on stage, and then they wind up doing good, and they get to perform in Hollywood. But anyways. Because of that, she was like, we're not gonna let you refer anybody else, and you were about to kill it for everybody, not just me,
Oh, man.
So I got chewed out. So I went up to man, what the hell, man? You said you had 20. Like, well, I thought I had 20. I'm like, what the hell, man? So I was pissed. That's what. And then you right after that, I think not even like 5 minutes. He goes, hey, so when can I come back? And I was like, ask me again in another like 5 years and shit.
But see, that's a lesson for young comics too. That when coming up, when you're on stage, your sense of time is like, it feels like a lifetime.
Yeah.
So like, you think you wrote, an hour, and you really got 10 minutes. And
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you might have been an hour, but it's a horrible hour.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta do like your solid stuff.
You know what's funny? I think you brought me up. I don't know if it was before or after the Texas trip.
Uh-huh.
And it was for when we were trying out for the Latino Laugh Festival.
Uh-huh.
I remember you brought me up, and that's where the manager saw me. And I remember I wasn't even trying to be. That's when I realized like I had a turning point, because that's when I was like, I wasn't trying to be funny. I was just saying shit, and that I was just fucking mad. And people were fucking laughing, dude. I'm gonna post that fucking video.
He was laughing at your pain because the truth is funny.
Fuck, dude.
The truth is funny.
But no, anyways. So I appreciate you coming, and I appreciate what you've done for Latino comedy, and also as being a friend and stuff.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. For sure, man. I mean, so you gotta, it's all about friendships in this business, man. Because if you go trying to come to doing comedy and nobody's your friend. Because we network, we help each other out, and that's why I do what I do. Because when I started, nobody really helped me,
right.
And I thought that was kind of bullshit. So I help out a lot of young comics now. Although there's some comics, and once they get to a certain level, they act like dicks and shit, But I don't want to say any names. But
maybe when I was drinking, yeah.
No, not you. No, not you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the comics I've helped out, recently. So now, I still help out comics, but I used to really focus on certain comics and spend time with them a lot and this and that.
Well,
so now I just help out a lot of comics as far as giving them stage time or pointing them in the right direction and stuff like that. But I don't really like bring them on and try to mentor them anymore.
I think what happens is also, as an artist, you grow. So it's kind of like letting your bird fly away. Oh.
Yeah. But some birds need to get shot.
I gave you your wings, motherfucker.
There's some big ass birds that need to get shot sometimes, man.
So, anyways, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And let me know when you do your hour special. We can promote here. Hopefully, this show is bigger than.
Hey, and support Carlos Loma Chronicles. All right, support my man Carlos.
Like and share.
And he also I don't know if you promote your shows that you do, because he has me booked on the show. All right.
August 2nd, I'll be in Pomona.
August 2nd, he's gonna be my show in Pomona. I'm talking about the ones that you do. The ones that you produce.
Oh, I haven't done anything yet.
Well, you're doing one that I'm on, but you know, I don't know if you didn't promote it for last time.
A month?
No, the one that I'm on tonight.
Oh, but people don't.
Yeah.
Oh, this one. Oh, no, this is benefit.
No, it doesn't matter. Promote it, man. So whenever you see
No me
comics
regañes.
performing, come on out and you can laugh at his pain. All right.
Yes. So, thank you. We'll promote.
Can I just give one more message? Listen, support anything that's live comedy because you guys don't understand. Doing stand-up comedy is really hard. It's the hardest of all the entertainment business. There's no union. We don't really make that much money. That's why a lot of shows are free to get in.
No benefits.
Yeah, like I've done shows where, and you know this because I told you, and I think I showed you. I've done shows where I don't make any money, and I bust my ass promoting it just to get the comic stage time. Because man, being on stage is an amazing feeling, but also the what the people get out of it. You know, it's better than the movie. You know, a lot of people come up to us like, hey, you know, I was going through some hard times, and you said something that made me laugh. You know, made me change about what I was thinking.
I think we're
about,
gonna do a comedy special here in the Carlos Loma Chronicles.
A live,
It's coming.
live
Yeah.
Carlos Loma
Yeah, we're gonna have
Chronicles. And
we
I'm
are.
gonna do the
Well,
best 10 minutes.
So
that
my
I
point
got.
is, just support anybody doing live comedy. That's the thing. You know, it doesn't have to
Nah,
be me.
just Latino comedy.
Nah.
Fuck that, man. Just promote.
Support live comedy,
Just
man.
support the Carlos Loma Chronicles, okay? That's it.
Remember to like and share and subscribe.
Orale. So thank you very much. I really
Hey, no
appreciate
problem,
it,
man.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Orale. All right, we'll be back.